As the mist lifts around Turangi, the town slowly wakes on a cold winter morning. Aaron Moeke helps to bring the town to life every morning as the local DJ at iwi radio station Tu Whare Toa FM. Turangi is a predominantly Māori town and one where gout amongst Māori men is rising.
This morning, morena.
Aaron knows the symptoms of gout all too well, an arthritis which causes painful swelling in joints like the big toe, wrist and elbow, and is triggered by high uric acid levels.
Whatever part of your body you get gout in, it just continuously throbs, and it's like being electric shocked continuously. The slightest movement or whatever, and it's like glass. It's like you're literally walking on glass.
However, it took him years to be properly diagnosed by doctors.
My local GP at the time basically said, well, look, you're overweight and here's some diclofenac. That'll fix it. So basically I was fed up on that stuff for a good maybe 4 or 5 years. And then we finally got a GP that said, oh, have you ever had the gout? And I was like, well, no, because my last GP said I'm too young to have it.
Since receiving his diagnosis, Aaron is now seen by prescribing pharmacist Leanne Te Karu.
Kia ora, Aaron.
Kia ora.
For the last 20 years, Leanne sought better treatment of gout in Aotearoa.
Nice to see you. How's things?
And she says the myths around diet being the major contributing factor aren't true.
We do know that there is this genetic variance in the way that Māori and Pacific Island people handle this thing called uric acid. We think that Maira no, that was an advantage for our tupuna on the sailing journeys, voyaging times, because uric acid lets you store salt and it lets you store kai. So, that was an advantage all those years ago, but in 2019, it's not an advantage anymore.
Leanne works closely with Māori communities like Turangi across the country.
Anywhere that you've got Māori and Pacific Island people, the prevalence of gout increases and increases significantly. And people don't realise that it's not really just about joints. It's about heart disease and kidney disease, and it's also about life expectancy. So it's a significant issue, and one especially so for Māori.
For father of two, Tairon Rikk, finding the motivation to overcome the pain is a daily struggle. He recalls the first time he experienced a gout attack as an 18-year-old.
I thought it was my boots. I thought they were too tight on my feet. And I went to sleep, it was pretty all right. And then I woke up and it was there, and I thought I'd try to put my boot on, but I couldn't.
How would you describe the pain?
Felt like heaps of glass stabbing into your foot. Any little movement, it's like someone pushing the glass right in. Got these.
The 32-year-old lives on a cocktail of powerful painkillers to manage gout attacks across his body.
Tramadol, morphines.
At times, living with the pain is unbearable.
It affects family. It affects you up here. Definitely up here you feel useless. Feel like you can't do anything. And then what's the point in life if you can't do anything?
His gout became so bad, a mass of uric acid crystals built up on his big toe. After meeting with Leanne, he had surgery this year to remove the mass. So was this before you had your surgery?
Yeah, this was before I had my surgery. It was hard on the kid's mother. She had to cater to all my needs. And sometimes I couldn't even make it to the toilet. I had to go piss in the bottle. And that was embarrassing.
Why do you think doctors didn't take it as seriously, something that is supposedly preventable like gout?
Well, that's the way I felt, is that they didn't really care. It took this long for me to get help. It took me to come to a little town to get help off a lady I didn't even know. She was the only one that paid attention and actually tried different ways instead of just going feeding me up on pills.
Leanne Te Karu says instead of heavy painkillers to treat attacks, she wants to see doctors prescribing Allopurinol, a drug that's been available for the last 50 years.
We know lots about it. It's cheap as chips. There are some provisos in that it needs to be started at a really low dose, a dose that's right for a person's kidneys.
Recent data from the Health Quality and Safety Commission shows Māori were less likely to receive allopurinol compared to Pākehā groups, despite being 3 times more likely to develop gout. Hohepa Soloman always knew there was a high chance he'd develop gout after seeing his dad suffer for years. This is despite him being fit, strong and training up to 5 times a week at his local ju-jitsu club.
My sisters used to tease me from a young fella going, oh, you're going to get the gout, you're going to get the gout. And yeah, surely enough, I got the gout. So, yeah.
Hohepa says it's difficult for Māori men to come forward because of the stigma attached to gout.
A lot of our tāne are quite whakama about it. They're shy about it. They don't want to say anything because of the whole sort of myth around it's an old man's thing. And it's because you drink too much beer and you eat too much seafood.
Hohepa developed a management plan with Leanne and even has his own special gout stretchers for his ankle.
It wasn't until she sort of gave me the cold hard facts I could be a vegan and still get gout.
Seeing Māori men like Tairon suffer from a preventable condition is frustrating for Leanne.
It's unacceptable at every level. It's shameful. You know, how have we not got to the stage where we're prescribing these medicines as we should be, that we're having conversations with people around exactly what gout is?
Dr. Rawiri Jansen works alongside Leanne to try and help clinicians to provide better plans for gout patients. However, he says there's still a way to go in primary healthcare.
Primary care has to change its delivery so that Māori and Pacific get what they're entitled to, good management of an important health condition. This is something we can manage. This is something that we can prevent.
Now Aaron Moeke is on the right treatment plan. He's seeing the benefits for his health and whānau.
I've had no major attacks for years now, and that's just based on the fact that I have my medication right, and Leanne set me straight.
And thanks to Leanne, Tairon Rikk now feels he can start to move beyond the pain of gout.
She made me have a bit of hope that I can get better. My mind's thinking that maybe in 2 years' time I'll be able to do something. Because all I really want to do is work. I want to go and work for my kids.